Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Tucker, and I'm the president of the Brighton Picnic Association. First, I wanted to welcome all the candidates and thank you for coming out and giving all the time to the community this afternoon. The purpose of this meeting is to give each candidate an opportunity to introduce themselves and be informative concerning why and what they would like to do to represent the Brighton Village government. Each candidate will be allowed to speak for 10 minutes. If you have any questions or concerns, you're free to ask them afterwards. We'll have a meet and greet afterwards. There are refreshments. If anyone would like anything, they're in the back of the room. Feel free to get up and do those at any time. If you guys need anything, holler at me. I'll be happy to go get it. We're going to change things around just a little bit. Sharon, thanks for making it as quick as you did. I was going to say that you were going to be a few minutes late, but you saved me on that one. Mike Roberts also is involved in a wedding in a matter of minutes, so if no one minds up here, would it be all right if he went first?
Okay. Absolutely.
Now, since I've covered the ground rules and everyone is seated and being paid, we'll bring this to order, in which you're on ballot, but I kind of changed it. So afterwards, then we'll resume the way it should be. And Mike, I will bring this to you, and you can start.
Good afternoon. Thanks for coming out. I know it's a beautiful day outside, and everybody took time out of their busy schedules to come out and to hear us. And because you're here today, that means that you're concerned about what's going on in our village. And that's why I'm running for the village trustee. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about us moving into the 19th, and moving from the 20th century into the 21st century, taking things that need to be done and expanding the knowledge that we can have to make our city better. Our past administration has done a great job. I've known Arnold a long time, and if you look at what he has done as far as moving us forward with getting different grants and different things to help spruce up our city, fix up our parks, he's done a wonderful job in that, and we need to continue to build on that. Saying all that, I would like to see us do more as far as knowledge among our employees, who we have, bring them up to date more what's going on. I would like to see more, I'd just like to see us come more in tune with what needs to be done. Sometimes we don't hear from what the citizens are saying to us, and we don't need to lose sight of that. Presently, I have served this village as president of the Brighton Athletic Association. I've been involved in the Brighton Betsy Ann Association. I'm currently the treasurer of that, been there for years. I've served the community in a lot of different ways. I'm also on the Southwestern Foundation for our high school. We raise money for scholarships. I know Rosie's here. She's on now. I got nominated for that this year, and it's been a real honor to serve on that. There's a lot of good things that are going on in our community. We have a lot of people that are excited about what's happening. We need to take that energy and move it forward. A perfect example would be something that happened to us out in our subdivision this year. We had an incident where we had a gentleman wanted to put up a stand out by our thing, and every government identity that we had, it wasn't checked out. Number one, it was illegal according to our covenants that it couldn't happen. Number two, it was illegal by the Illinois Department of Transportation. And number three, it was coming out into an intersection. There was different things that happened, and what happened was we saw our government break down. And as I look at that, I think, why did that happen? It's because we're not communicating among ourselves. We're not communicating between our public works. We're not communicating between our police department. We're not communicating to other village employees. And those are the kind of things that I want to see us do a better job of, knowing what's going on in the village. We have a lot of problems. I mean, if you look around our infrastructure, we've got a lot of things that need to be fixed that have been let go over the years, due not because of a lot of times what the board has done, but just because of lack of funds. And we're going to have to take what we've got, and we're going to have to be very fiscal responsible and do the best that we can with it. So those are the kind of things that I would like to really look at. I work for RP Lumber. I manage a lumber yard, and the yard I manage does over $4 million of business a year. And I have to look at every dime. I have to be physically responsible to my corporate head of what happens to every dime in that business. And as a trustee for you, I will do that. We will look at every dime, we'll look at every ordinance, we'll look at everything we can to serve you better in a more proactive way. And we'll be open, and we'll be open to hear what you've got to say, and then not every time you can't come to an agreeable solution, but we'll do the best we can to make it best for everybody. And that's why I'm running for trustee. And again, I've got to go, so if anybody wants to call me, they can call me at home. Call me at home if you've got a question. I would love to give you an answer, but thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go back in order. So, Bill Erdl, would you like to go ahead? I think you should have been first.
I probably don't need this microphone. My name is Albert William Erdl Sr. I was born and raised in Brighton, right on Main Street. Never got out of town. I was on the board of the Village of Brighton for 22 years and mayor for 4. I'm past president of the Brighton Picnic Association. I don't know how many years there. I'm a 33rd degree Master Mason and a Knights Templar. I graduated from Brighton High School. I'm a graduate of Lewis and Clark College as a drafting degree. I spent all my life at the E&R Church down here on the corner of North Street from day one, I guess. And my wife Shirley, we have 2 children, 2 boys. One lives in Brighton and the other one moved away on me. But as far as making you a promise of what I can do, I can't because of the board. It's going to be brought before the board. I can bring up a lot of things, and a lot of things can be discussed, but if the board doesn't agree with me or whoever, it's going to be gone down. I guess I've been out too many years, but I kind of miss the fun, and I don't have a lot to say, but I will say that I'm as close as my phone. I used to have a neighbor that was a doctor, and he told us that he was as close as his phone, so that's about the way I run it. My secretary takes all my calls. But, and I thank you very much for the time to speak, and I won't stay up here too long.
Thank you, Bill. Carl Locke, you ready? Come on down.
Bill, I don't know if I need this microphone or not. I don't even know how to use it correctly. My name's Carl Bach. I lived in Brighton just about my whole life, and I love Brighton. It's been very good to me, the citizens. They've instilled a lot of good memories, and I just like giving something back. I've been a trustee for the last 4 years, and it's been really interesting. I've never been in the government part of it, other than volunteer fire department, etc. I retired in 2005, and I was a small business owner here. I just enjoy trying to help the people out. There's a lot of people that know me well, and I can be outspoken. And I just believe that what is right is right. I look forward to try to do something for the citizens here. While I've been on the board, if anybody had a problem, I always checked into it, got back with them. Sometimes it's not what they wanted to hear, but at least I did get back with them so they knew. I am not an individualist. The board, as Bill had said, or the village trustees, we all work together. And I have ideas, they have ideas, the mayor, and we have to work together to accomplish things. And in the last 4 years, I think the board has done a wonderful job. The mayor has worked very hard for everyone here, and hate to see him go, but you know, he changed his mind. But we all have to work in unison. So for me to say, the next 4 years, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that is a misstatement. You have to work in unison with all your fellow members of the trustee board and mayor to accomplish these things. And that's what I look forward to doing. And that's my goal. And I am pro-business. I love to see business grow in town. I'm very much behind the churches in town. Anything we can do to help them out and to strengthen their relationships is great. I want to see Brighton expand accordingly, hopefully before Godfrey overcomes us. When 255 gets in, that could be a situation. So I would like to see Brighton expand, but I also want to see Brighton stay as a nice, friendly, safe place to live, where you can get out at 10 o'clock at night and go for a walk without fear. And that's just about it for me. I'm always available, being retired, around all the time, so if anybody needs anything or needs to call, I'm always available by phone, and I will help in any way I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. Fred Benz.
Good afternoon, I'm Fred Benz. I reside at 212 West Center, right over here. I have, I'm a graduate of Southwestern High School. I have several hours of credit from Lewis and Clark. I also have a Class C water and a Class 4 wastewater license from the EPA. I'm also a licensed mosquito applicator. And I might add that I worked with the county, and all the testing of mosquitoes this year, or this past year, proved negative on any West Nile in this county. I think that'd be a great to, I'm also employed by Cavallo Bus Lines. I'm a driver for them for 4 years. I had the pleasure of taking the Brighton American Legion to Branson this year. Had good fun. Previous employment was Village Brighton Public Works. I worked all areas of public works. I am currently on the Brighton Betsy Ann Fire Protection District trustee. I've been a board member for 12 years. I'm currently the secretary-treasurer of the Brighton Betsy Ann Fire District. I have done all the several budgets for the fire district in these years. We have purchased new trucks, no tax increase. My priorities is elected is to have better services for the community and the residents and its customers. Also, we need to make some needed improvements to the village streets, parks, waters, and sewers. Apply for grants and funds, things needed to be. I think I agree with Carl, we all need to work together to get this job done, to get this, everything up and running in good shape. I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
And those are our village trustees. We'll be able to vote for 3. Sharon Broyles is up for city clerk. Sharon?
For those of you who do not know me, my name is Sharon Wells. I've been your village clerk for the past 8 years. I live in Brighton with my husband, Bill, and we have 2 grown sons, and we have lived here for over 40 years. My experience with the village has been in the police department as a police dispatcher for 16 years before becoming village clerk. I have a background in accounting and bookkeeping. Some of you may not know that one of the clerk's duties is to dispatch for the police department. Other duties including the recording of board minutes for the permanent record, to pay the bills as approved by the village board. I do the payroll, pay the taxes, and take care of the retirement fund and make payments when payments are due, and do quarterly reports. I also take care of the motor fuel tax audit at the end of the year that has to be sent to the state of Illinois. I also work closely with the rehabbing program that we have, making payment vouchers when requested, issue zoning permits, sell dog tags, and also help in the water department when needed. I believe that I have the skills and the experience and the dedication to serve you best as your village clerk. Thank you.
Okay. Nancy Wood.
Sure, or I'd say that now.
Now, make sure you guys use the mic, they can't hear you.
Nancy, don't need it.
I'm nervous enough. Now I'm gonna use the mic. Okay. My name is Nancy Wood. I'm running for the office of Brighton Village Clerk. I'm a lifelong resident of Brighton. I'm married. My husband is Rick, and I have 2 sons. Ryan, who's 24, he's a senior at SIUC, and Kyle, he's 19, he's a freshman at Blackburn College. I graduated from Southwestern High School in 1975, and I did attend Lewis and Clark for a year or so, and I concentrated on accounting. I have work experience in office and bookkeeping procedures for around 30 years, and I also have management skills. In my past, some of you may know, I was employed at Granny's Restaurant for 8 years, and then I took over the ownership of it for an additional 7 years. And currently, I am the deli bakery manager at Tom's Supermarket. I'm an active member of the First Presbyterian Church, and I've been involved in various things there throughout the years. I've volunteered my time at the annual picnics in town. I've helped with the Boy Scouts, the food drives, school sports activities, and various other fundraisers that arise in the community. And basically, my goals are, I just want to be a resident who plans to communicate well with the citizens of Brighton. I plan to work well with the board, the village board, and the mayor. I get along well with people, I think, and I have a good, understanding of management and how things are run in businesses. And I just plan to handle all the duties of the clerk's office to the best of my ability. Thank you.
Wow, we're moving right along. Okay. For Mr. Mayers, Chris, you're up first.
I got a loud voice, but I'll use it anyway. Again, like Mike said, thank you everyone for being here today. It's nice to see so many people in the community coming out and just willing to listen to the people that you're going to be voting for on April 7th. And I want to thank the Picnic Association as well for hosting this event. And we're just excited to get this election off and going. Sarah and I, my wife, moved to town in July of 2001, and we bought the Hunt House right next to First Bank, and rehabbed that over the past 6 or 7 years. And it's been an exciting project, but it turned out really nice. But Brighton is home. You know, we're proud to call Brighton our home. You know, I'm a small business owner here in town. I'm one of the owners of Century 21 Seneca Edwards in Brighton. And, you know, this community has been very good to me. And, you know, as a small business owner, I understand the need to keep things as local as possible. You know, if it's not for our small businesses and our business owners here in town, there's not who's going to support our kids' ball teams, who's going to support the PASS programs, who's going to do all of those things that are needed. And that comes from your local and your small businesses here in town. And I think it's necessary that we continue to focus on helping them as much as we can. I've been a volunteer firefighter here in Brighton since 2002. I absolutely love it. It's a great experience. It's an opportunity to help others who really need your help. And I enjoy doing that. And I also currently serve on the zoning committee. Brighton has a lot to offer. We have beautiful parks. We have a good school district. Our location is very appealing to new homeowners. We have several new residential developments. Our growth potential with the expansion of 255 is very exciting. Brighton has some of the highest property values in Macoupin and Jersey County. People are proud to live here. With the home improvement grants that Mayor Cunningham and the Board of Trustees have worked so hard to receive, many low-income residents have been blessed with needed repairs and updates to their homes. Many of you give of your time, your money, and your talents to make Brighton what it is today. We've enjoyed the opportunity to get to know so many of you and look forward to getting to know more of you in the near future. You know, as a business owner, I by myself cannot make my business successful. I need help from my staff and my employees in making decisions, setting goals, and reaching those goals. A good leader is surrounded by other good leaders. A successful business is only successful because everyone on the team is working towards the same goals and objectives. As mayor, I cannot do it alone. I don't have all the ideas. I don't have all the right answers. I don't have all the connections. Together with the Board of Trustees and all of you in this room, we can be successful and we can make a difference. One of the things that I would do as mayor would be to have an advisory committee made up of business professionals, retired business professionals, who would work together with the challenges that we face. Now this board, or this panel would have no voting ability, they would have no authority. They would just simply be there as an extra set of eyes and a voice and a way to move some things forward here in Brighton. I would also hold office hours once a month, inviting the Board of the Trustees, in which you as residents can come and you can just on a very low-key level ask questions, voice concerns, present ideas. Again, the more people we have working on the same goals and objectives, the more successful we will be. When evaluating the different areas of our local government, I see a lot of good things. We have good police officers, our parks are very well kept, and utility improvements have been made in the last year. I also see areas that we could improve on, and I believe that your local government should set up an accountability system to handle residents' complaints and concerns. Now this document would be available here at City Hall, and when filed by one of you, someone from the Public Works Department, Board of Trustees, or even the mayor will act on that complaint or concern within 3 days. The resident will then receive a written letter explaining that the issue has been addressed, or whether it will be addressed, or whether the Village Board of Trustees is currently working on it. And you know, we may not be able to address all the problems that we have here in town, but the city government should be held accountable and should be there for you when you have a problem. I believe that Brighton should establish an occupancy inspection. That may not be real popular with a lot of you, but this occupancy inspection for not just owner-occupied, but also for rentals in the Village of Brighton. This inspection will be focused on safety and health issues that may need to be addressed prior to new residents moving in. Along with the Board of Trustees, I believe that we can implement an inspection that is fair and reasonable to the homeowner or landlord and address any safety and health issues at the same time. I would encourage everyone to give their input in making this program a success and not a burden. You know, one of the things I've noticed is we need a civic center here in town, a banquet hall, something like that. And I believe in Schneider Park, we have the beginning phase already established in the pavilion area. Working with local organizations who would help pay for the building, citizens would have a place to hold wedding receptions, birthday parties, and large meetings. The civic building could also host youth activities and functions, such as the Boy Scouts, Boys and Girls Club, and other youth-focused groups who would have a place to call home. Again, and if all of us work together, we can make this happen in the near future. Now, Brighton does have its share of problems. We have sewer issues in Georgine Acres. We have water drainage issues in Belvedere Subdivision. We have old water and sewer lines that need to be updated and little funds to combat the problems. Your village government will be making some tough decisions in the near future that will affect everyone in this room. Areas in the budget may need to be cut or frozen to pay for other more important projects. Grants will be applied for and needed to help with the expense of making these needed improvements. Your village government would solicit the help of our government's officials working with their staff on solving the problems at hand. It's going to be challenging times, but with the help of all of you in this room, writing letters, sending emails, and placing phone calls, our government officials will give us the help that we need. I'd like to finish today by addressing a rumor that has been spreading through town. If elected as mayor, I will keep all appointed personnel that are presently employed. This includes the treasurer, the village engineer, police, and village attorney. I have never discussed making any personnel changes, and now it's on the record. As mayor, I would be committed to a close working relationship with the water and sewer department, as well as the police department. I would encourage them and offer guidance if needed. As mayor, I would be committed to keeping the village budget in balance and use sound fiscal management. As mayor, I would support the community organizations, which in turn support community projects. As mayor, I would be committed to using a common sense approach in village government and dealing with problems in a professional manner. I again appreciate the opportunity to be with you today. Thank you very much.
Next, Wayne Schaefer.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and I hope that you can hear me if you can't speak up. My name is Wayne Schaefer. I am running for mayor of Brighton. I do want to personally thank all of you for showing up here today and the Brighton Picnic Association for having this forum so that you can get a better understanding of all, so you can have a better understanding of us all. I'm married to the Reverend Lori Schaefer. She's past minister here at the Brighton Presbyterian Church and now serves the St. John's UCC in Midway. We have 3 children, Blake, Brant, Lexi, and Serena. And I'm currently serving for you as a trustee. I've been doing this now for 8 years, and I feel honored to be able to do that for you, and I thank you very much for your vote of confidence on that. Being in that position has put me in the position of various committees. I've served as the past chairman of the Brighton Economic Committee, which was the first committee formed by Mayor Arne Cunningham, and then at the second term, he changed some committees so that it would give us all a better experience of all the committees that serve this Brighton area. I'm now currently serving as chairman of the Parks Committee. I also serve as a regular committee member for the Brighton Public Works and the Public Safety Committee, and for those, that's the Police Department and the Waterworks Company or Department. I take great pride in being able to, on that Brighton Economic Committee when I was serving on it, we were able to bring various programs that I think have been beneficial to all the citizens of Brighton.
Those programs have ranged anywhere from the Brighton beautification to able to also work in the recycle program through the current school district. We were able to bring that on the paper side of it only. They get a little bit of remuneration for that, which they have proudly spent back into our local schools through, you've probably seen it, they've upgraded some of their playground areas. Some of the other programs that we were fortunate to bring in under this committee was the community yard sale. The other big program that I'm very, very proud of was the Buy in Brighton program. And the purpose of that program was to get people back into, not only in this city, but also in the surrounding area out in the country, to be more conscientious of how we spend our monies and to get them to understand that if you spend that money here in Brighton, it does come back to us in the form of income tax or whatever. And so in addition to the property taxes that you pay, it's very important that we try to fund our businesses. I think it helps keep them solvable. So there was an underlying factor in doing the Buy in Brighton program, and it was just to get us all more in tune to spending our money here locally. And so we were pretty proud of that program as a committee. I'm very proud as trustee and a citizen of this community of two beautiful parks that we have that at any given time during the day you can use at your leisure. And you can hopefully feel very safe and protected in those parks. And we've been able to add to those parks up in the Snyder Park by adding a very nice lake up there. We have some programs currently going on up there that we're doing a tree program where we, with the local 4-H club, do every spring a tree planting program. We stock the lake once a year, and if not that, twice a year. Hopefully the citizens have been able now to start, we had a catch and release, but it's now just a catch and keep. The things I want to address at this time is in these tough economic times as a nation that we are encountering, I feel that there's some very important things to Brighton and to us as concerned citizens. And one of those is our infrastructure, which has been slowly and surely over many years aging. And we have been very proud as trustees in the past to try to keep that infrastructure intact and in a very safe working order. But the problem is, in the growth of this community, it's kind of outrunning itself. And one of the things as mayor I would like to do is to address that in a 5-year comprehensive plan. And when I say that, I don't mean it in the fact that we go out here and address it in the financial situation of, okay, let's go out here and start surcharging us through our water and sewer works or through taxation. But to, somebody's calling, but to address it through a lot of other means and outside sources. And one way you can do that through some of the programs that are coming down from both local and state is to get out there and try to do some grant writing, which we have done in the past. It is a tough way to do it. I feel I have the experience of having a lot of contacts inside and outside this community and being able to lead forward on that situation. Another issue I would like to bring back to the table would be the Buy in Brighton program. I feel it's very important at this time to sit down with our business owners and work desperately with them to help them maintain a very good business. So that's one of the other on the forefront issues I would like to handle in the position of mayor. And I feel that we need to do that and address that right away. Another thing, we've been very grateful in the fact that Arlen has brought forward the housing grant program, and that has brought in today, whether you're aware of it or not, over $4.4 million to this community. And the nice thing with the latest grant that we received is it allows, before it was a block grant, which you had to do it in sections. Now today, with the current grant, as I understand it, we can spread out in the community and help address those people whose homes need help. And folks, I have to tell you
that is a very important program, because there's some folks in this community who would never have the ways or means to improve their home just in the safety issues of heat and air. So that's what that program provides for them, not, and in addition to helping out on the outside of their structure. Another thing is, like all communities, as small as we are, we always unfortunately have some vacant buildings. And one of the things I would like to do is sit down with those owners of those buildings and try to help resolve and how we can help them bring in some sort of business that would be beneficial to all the citizens of this community. So that's another issue I'd like to address in this community, is help make that available. Another very important thing that has been expressed today is the fact of good communication. And I have always offered my door to be open to anybody in this community, and I will continue to do that. And I feel it's vital that we have open communications for all citizens to address not only the mayor, but any public elected official in their concerns. But it's not only that, you have to, in addition, go one step further and try to answer those concerns for the citizens. And again, as everybody has expressed, sometimes the answer you have to give an individual isn't always what they want to hear. But when you're in the position as a trustee or an elected official, you are the watchdog for the citizens' finances, because you're taxpayers. And so thereby, you have to be fiscally responsible in answering those situations to us citizens here at Brighton. So I promote and good communication skills amongst the citizens and our elected officials. You know, Brighton has been a very tight-knit community, and that's a nice luxury that we all have. There's strong bonds in this community, and which can enhance open communications and common goals and sharing ideals. I want to wrap it up with just saying this. I have been involved with many organizations, both in and outside of the community. I have served in the past on the Southwestern School Board, a much larger budget than the current Brighton one. I've served over at Jerseyville on the CASA board, former 4-H leader, past president of the Jerseyville Rotary Club, and current member of the Jerseyville Rotary Club. I'm active in the life of our church, and I simply want to thank you all for the time here today, ask for your support on Tuesday, April the 7th, and the fact that we can all call this place home. Thank you very much.
Russ Manahan.
I would have to use the microphone because people say they can never hear me. Hello, I'm Russell Manahan. I'll answer easier to Russ than I will Russell. I'm a resident of Brighton. I live in Briarwood Estates. I'm 56 years old. I'm married to my wife Jade. Many of you might know her. She lives or works at the pharmacy. We've been married almost 37 years. That's more of a testament to her for her patience and understanding than it is to me. I did live in Brighton for a while as a teenager before joining the Army, where I served tours in Germany and Vietnam. After getting out of the Army in '73, I went to work for the box board for about a year, and then I started work at the Wood River Refinery, which at that time was owned by Shell Oil Company. We've had many different owners since then. We're currently ConocoPhillips in partnership with Encana Oil, which is a Canadian company. After starting to work with Shell, I decided to further my education, so I went to school at Lewis & Clark, got a degree, associate science degree, with a focus in business. Did a few quarters at SIU, again with a focus in business, and decided that I really needed to spend more time with my young family and focus on my career at Shell, because I didn't really think I'd ever be leaving Shell. So, with my Shell career, I started out as an hourly person, a technician in the laboratory. I moved up to first line supervisor pretty early. I went off into computer systems management for a few years. Went back into operations supervision and management, maintenance management, and eventually moved up as the team lead of the quality assurance department, which I have been now since 1994. Also for a period, I managed not only the QA department, but the utilities department, which was responsible for all water, steam, nitrogen, gas for the refinery. We worked in a close partnership with the wastewater operations, which most people would call sewer. I have experience in that area as well. Since coming back to Brighton, I've become involved with Betsy Ann Association. I've served on the Brighton Zoning Committee and Brighton Economic Planning Committee. I was appointed a trustee in 2003 for a few months, and then was elected to the village board as a trustee in 2005. I was also a Citizen of the Month for the work that I did on the Brighton website. I'm a member of the Alton Eagles, the Wood River VFW, and Brighton Rod and Gun Club. And again, I think my skills lie mostly in management. 8 years dealing with village issues, dealing with people, all levels of the company, and dealing with projects. Where I'm going to focus my attention on as mayor is to continue to work towards cleaning up our community, to help sustain our property values where the economy is not helping us right now. I want to continue, as everyone else has said, with the grants. Arlen did a very good job the past few years of getting us money. That has to still be a concerted effort. I want to look at budget management. I think many people have alluded, when I look at the numbers at a high level, I see less money coming in and more money going out. Prices are going up, but we're getting less money. So we must examine everything that we're doing and reduce costs where we can. I also believe that we need to have a tool in place that we know what the budget is, but we need to have a tool in place so we understand what we're spending and how much has been spent. So we're not out making promises to you that we're going to do this or do that, not have the funds to back it up. I'd also put into place a formal performance partnership review process with the people handling our public works. I've found that this works very well. It gives you an opportunity to sit down with the vendor, discuss the issues, what their thoughts are, what your thoughts are. And it also allows you to document their performance. In case things don't work out right with a partner, that you need that support documentation to end the relationship. I think public safety's done, or the police department's done a very good job. Over the course of the last 4 years, we spent a lot of time turning over police officers. A lot of this has to do with the salary that we're able to pay them. So again, we got to scrutinize the budget, find savings, and find ways to increase that salary and stop that turnover. We're in a constant training mode. Excuse me. We've also had an acting police chief for many years. I think the time has come to identify that role with expectations and fill the job. Bill's done a very good job acting as our police chief for the last few years. And as others have mentioned, we do need to improve communication from the board to the residents, from the people running public works to the residents. And we also need to be much more crisp on resolving issues. I can understand when it takes a long time if it deals with a lot of money or legalities, but for some of the smaller issues, we should be knocking them off. Things have a tendency to go on from month to month to month. A person shouldn't have to come to a public works meeting, tell us a culvert's clogged, and then come back again a month later and ask what we're going to do about it. It's as simple as saying that you're going to get back with the person, you get back with them. In closing, I just want to say I want to thank you all for coming. And if things don't work out the way I had planned on April 7th, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for allowing me to serve you as a board trustee. Though I really hope to have your support on April 7th so we can continue to work towards improving the quality of life that we currently enjoy in Brighton. Thank you.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I'm Sam Ward. I've lived in Brighton for over 36 years, 35, 36 years. I've been married to Bonnie Sparks Ward for 36 years. I've raised a son in this town, sending him to our schools. I'm currently raising a grandson, sending him here. My thing is that, you know, I agree with all these guys, what they've done in the past and all this and all that. But in this day and age, with the economy the way it is, the new mayor needs to go into this with his mind wide open for the future. You know, the past is the past. My concerns are, yeah, I appreciate our great parks. They've done great things for our infrastructure. They've done this and done that. But right now, in this economy, I think we need to start worrying about our citizens too. We have senior citizens that are having to choose between pills and food. They're having to choose between if they're going to be able to pay their heat bill, they don't be able to keep them warm. We got children here that don't have everything they need for a good education. We need to concentrate on our citizens for a change. Let's put our efforts toward them. Then that will build your infrastructure. Then you'll have your more dollars, you'll have more people. Everything will come together. But you have to be concerned. These guys, you know, everybody's talking about all this, the parks and this and that and this and that. And I appreciate it as much as anybody. I like to go fishing. I like taking my kids up to the park. You know, I love it. But at this time, it's not feasible. At this time, we need to worry about our seniors, our children. Yeah, and we wouldn't have what we got if it wasn't for our seniors. And the children are our future. If we don't take care of them, what are we going to have? We're not going to have anything. So that's the only thing I'm really talking about, is that our next mayor, I don't care if it's me or who it is, should go into this with his mind wide open for the future. Forget the past. The past hasn't worked all the time, and it has worked sometimes. But the past is the past. Let's go into this because the way it is right now, if we don't grasp the future right now, we could be in trouble. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to do it. Thank you. Hey.
Very nice to talk, everyone. Don't forget about refreshments. We'll give you plenty of time to be able to speak to them. You guys are welcome to get up and mingle around and speak to them. If you don't feel like sitting there, go get a cup of coffee, you're welcome to talk. I won't hold you down. I want to thank you for your time and effort that you put into this to actually do what you're doing. We appreciate it, being citizens here in this community, everything that everyone's doing. I mean, good luck to all of you.